5 on your sideline, sponsored by Universal Windows Direct.
Welcome into 5 on your sideline. I am Corey Miller, and Annie, I am ready to go tonight. The weather canceled almost all of our games last Friday, so I've been hungry for high school hoops all week long.
You hate to see it, Corey, but we are back and better than ever. I'm Annie Kroll, and we were all over the area on both sides of the river tonight, bringing you the best basketball highlights you can ask for. So, Corey, will you do the honors since you've been waiting so long?
Let's do it. And let's start with a huge game in Illinois. Alton at Edwardsville. Herbert Martin is an impressive player, and he gets the bucket through the contact on the break here. Going to end up at our photographer Clark Bowen's feet. Happy birthday, Clark, by the way. What a finish. Tigers connect from deep two. Bryce Pryor, that's good for 3. Here comes Alton star Samaj Stampley. That's an acrobatic finish inside. Then they get a triple from Ryan Howard. This was a great game all the way down to the end, but Martin hit a late game winner for Edwardsville. Tigers win a thriller, 53-52.
Doesn't get much closer than that. Francis Howell Central hosting Francis Howell tonight. It was looking a little bit like the Cardinals' winter warm-up as the Spartans signed autographs from some of their young fans, but the Vikings were in the driver's seat for most of the game. Howell's Reagan Celeste slaps that one down inside the paint. Then Central's Riley Henderson gets a steal, going the other way for the basket, trying to get a redemption, but after a foul and push out of bounds right here, the Vikings, Amia Porcha, got a pat on the back from her teammates because they're just proud of her. And guess what? She's going to go to the free throw line and basically put this one away. The junior drains 2 free throws. Francis Howell Central wins 49-31.
Undefeated Principia hosting Vianney for a tournament championship. You know, if it's Vianney, there's going to be a Luke Walsh highlight. Here this one is. Tough finish in tight for him. But Principia is the real deal, and so is Quentin Coleman. He starts his night with a triple and is going to follow that up with an impressive baseline dunk. Here it comes right there. Boom.
Wow.
But you like that, you're going to like this even more. He's going to clean up this miss with another dunk. That's even more impressive. Panthers were all over Vianney tonight. They win 83-51.
Time for the girls. Lutheran St. Charles at Marquette tonight. This week, Cougars' Jordan Spicer reached a 2,000 career point milestone. She's going to pass it all the way over to Kennedy Stowers underneath, and that's going to go for the basket. Then the Mustangs' Lauren Shooter drives it in, doesn't go, but don't worry, Marianne Kenyon says, I got it. Shooter gets her redemption, though, after floating one in right here. That's pretty, but Chloe Reed steals a Marquette ball and turns it around. That's going to eventually go in for 2, helping push Lutheran St. Charles over the edge as they win 67-36.
Hazelwood Central at U City, and perhaps my favorite gym in all of St. Louis. It's awesome there. Central strikes first. Izzy Prude. That's a 3 from the corner. U City going to answer with a corner 3 of their own. This one from Mael Taylor. Lions can score in the paint too. Nice little move. Nice little bucket there for them. Here's the best play we got in this game, though. Prude going to throw up a prayer at the first quarter buzzer, and it goes in. What a shot. However, U City defends home court tonight with a 61-57 victory.
Altough on the road at Father and McGiven. Luke Smith is going to connect from downtown first right here for Altough. Yep, that's good. Then they'll throw up a pass, and it's future Oregon football duck, Deer Hill Jr. finishing it off. Another fast break for the Crusaders here. Jeremiah Conway with the steal and puts it up for Kyle Johnson with the finish. Pretty. McGiven tried to make a comeback in the second half, but Altough gets the win on the road, 59-43.
Look who is in the stands at CBC tonight. That's Mizzou head football coach Eli Drinkwitz on hand to watch SLU football recruit Keenan Harris playing some basketball tonight. And Drink saw a great game. Devin Houston, 3 for CBC. Then Nikola Radovich. Follow up, he is pumped. So are the fans. Let's go the other way now. Landon Pace finishing on the fast break. And then Dylan Humphrey is going to go in for the lefty finish for the junior Bills. Back to CBC one more time. Matthew Michalski is 6'10", and he uses all of that frame. Gets the finish there for the Cadets. This was a classic as CBC wins 62-61 in 3 overtimes.
Count them, 3 overtimes. Couple games from last night. First up, Westminster facing DeSmet for the Lindbergh Tourney title. Ian Thomas splashes a 3 to start the DeSmet scoring. It wouldn't be the end of it, though. Back the other way, Will Powers does the same for Westminster. Then it's going to be a great back and forth action in this game. Will Folk bucket and the foul for the Spartans. He'll take it. And then just as the first quarter expires, Powers gets the steal and takes it all the way for the buzzer-beating layup. This came all the way down to the end, but DeSmet got the win, 53-51.
Incarnate Word and Coach Dan Rolfes had their home opener last night against Mater Dei, looking to extend that all-time winning streak record to 141 games. No biggie. Alyssa Kirkenmeyer's tough for Mater Dei. Nice basket right there. But Incarnate does not want that streak to end anytime soon. Addie Owen, triple. Then Incarnate denied it first, but they stick with it. Nevaeh Lucius, 2 and the foul. Finally, you know you can't stop Nevaeh Caffey on the break. Incarnate wins 68-31. That is now 141 wins in a row. In St. Louis, sports dominance is best exemplified by those Incarnate Word Red Knights. For 141 games, the Red Knights have been unbeaten. It's a new all-time winning streak record in 5-on-5 high school basketball history in the entire country. And it is a true program accomplishment. There's really only one problem at Incarnate Word Academy these days: finding enough room in the trophy case. The Red Knights are the most dominant team in town, and this January, their dominance reached a streak of historic proportions. Incarnate's 68-51 win over Blue Valley North at the Sophie Cunningham Classic in Columbia was win number 139 in a row, a new 5-on-5 high school basketball record. When that clock hit 0, the Red Knights stood alone of any program in the entire country, ever.
Honestly, I didn't even know we beat the record till everybody started saying it, because it's just so natural for us to win, and we always focus on the next game every time.
Proud, relief, a lot of hard work is going into, 140 games.
Their last loss came in February of 2020 to Rockbridge. And yeah, Coach remembers that one.
At the time, I didn't know it was going to have that much significance, but absolutely 100% remember that game.
Since then, the program has won 4 Class 6 state titles, produced a number of college players, and seen Coach Dan Rolfes make a remarkable return to the sideline following a heart attack ahead of last year's state title game. The most unique part of this record, though, is the number of people involved. This isn't an individual team accomplishment.
That's exactly what I love about it. You're talking about, coaches, players, administrators, teachers, managers, student body over a 5-year period of time.
I mean, I think it means a lot. I think it's honoring the alums that came before us. All of us were like Knights kids growing up, and we're all watching these alums now, like playing. Like, I think honoring them and like re-watching their games, all that kind of stuff, I think that's really special for like what the Incarnate community does and like this whole program.
Those now 141 wins and counting weren't just against local competition either. Incarnate plays a national schedule against the best teams in the country.
I think people knew who we were, but that just kind of solidified it a little bit more, and how good we are too, but how humble we are. We don't talk about it unless the media talks about it. So I do think that kind of sets a little thing for what our program is and what it stands by.
Now every win that comes next extends the record. And it's a record these Red Knights have no interest in relinquishing.
We're making history every single game, which is very, very cool. And ideally, we'd like to put this thing way out of reach for anybody else to get it, because obviously you want to keep that record.
After the week of winter weather we've had, today felt a little bit more like spring, which means soccer season is in the air. The first game at Energizer Park for City SC is just on the horizon, and today the team announced midfielder Conrad Wallen will potentially be there in uniform. The training pitch was a place to be again for City, but very soon they'll be heading to Florida for the next stretch of training camp. Don't blink, because he's already a week into his new career as head coach, and looking behind at the offseason is helping the former Swedish center and right back look ahead.
It was a long off-season. They've been very professional. They came back fit, but still they have some work to do. So there's so much more you can do from a tactical aspect when they're really match fit.
We don't know yet what exactly the play style is going to be with our new coach, and so he's definitely going to tell us, I think, tomorrow when we have the first small game.
Following The Blues are back in action tomorrow night. They make their first trip to the new franchise out in Utah. It'll be yet another chance for the Note to finally complete a 3-game winning streak this season. This week's success against Calgary was nice, but the team just sees it as the beginning of the playoff push.
I mean, I think the mindset going into this week was essentially it's like our playoff push. Like we needed these points bad, and it was big games for us, and we came through. So I think that shows a lot about our group, our resiliency, just our ability to kind of show up when it counts. And I think we're going to keep that momentum going.
Well, there's only one game left this college football season, the national championship, but it's never too early to talk about next year. Eli Drinkwitz and Mizzou have sure been building in the portal. We caught up with Drink today as he recruited St. Louis to talk about trying to keep his players happy with new players coming in.
There's always a balance in how you build your team. One of the things that we value in our program is transparency and trust and respect. We have a competitive spirit. We're going to compete in everything we do, and so we're very transparent about the opportunities, and we have a lot of trust built up with our players and our staff because of the honest communication we have. And everybody understands that at the end of the day, we all have to compete to earn our spots every single year.
Mizzou basketball in action tomorrow, along with winter warm-ups.
Perfect.
A lot going on.
Big day, and so fun having Drink in town. Love seeing him.
Absolutely. That'll do it for 5 on your sideline tonight. For Annie Kroll, I'm Corey Miller. Have a great night, St. Louis.
5 on your sideline, sponsored by Universal Windows Direct.